What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz, the #1 stock trading Discord with a 95% win rate, going back more than 2.5 years. In today's video, we're going to talk about what the heck is going on with respect to the stock market. The Dow is down almost 500 points. Last trade on the Q's, 598 on the nose, with Bitcoin barely hanging on to 65K. So the obvious question of this day is, am I still a buyer? And where to exactly? And when, oh when, is this nightmare gonna end? All that and more coming right up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, God bless each and every single one of you. I'm not supposed to be here, but duty calls. Before this video is over, I'm going to put my giant nuts back in the guillotine. I'm going to share exactly what I'm doing with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and an ETF associated with the latter. How well are we doing right now with respect to trading? When is this stock market correction going to end? And so much more. But if you would do me a huge favor, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you're new, and do leave us a comment below. And by the way, one of them is pinned. 86-2. Earlier this week, it was MobX, MOBX, in at 18, out at a quarter and change, went to 33. I looked bad, went back down to 20. And then this morning, IOBT sold 2/3 at 32. Last trade, 30 1/2. Well done to those in the Discord. Had you joined us back in August of last year, when we actually had a free trial and 50 clowns refused to put their fucking credit card on file and I threw their ass out, you would have made 706% on your money after the last 2 wins. Are you doing anything close to that? No. 50% off your first month. The second is free. When this video is over, be sure to join us in the pinned comment below. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to this channel, welcome. We don't fucking edit around here. And I swear like a drunken sailor. And if I didn't, I'd probably have 10,000 views a video. But now that I'm using AI to create those cool thumbnails, my reach is expanding. So who knows? Maybe I still have hope. But you know what I do have? 33 years of experience. Half of that as a broker from 1993 to 2007. I've made all the mistakes, including going bankrupt in 2008, so that you don't have to. And I'm here to tell you, with the markets in free fall, relax, be patient, and do not panic. 60% or thereabouts of the equity correction is behind us, and 90% of the crypto nuclear winter is over. Last trade on Bitcoin, 65,622. I'm a buyer. My average is a little over 69K. We waited until recently in the last few days to start reaccumulating a position that many of us sold up near $1.25. The 200-day moving average is 58,250. I'm a buyer all the way down to there. So the next 7,000 points, I'll take whatever the fuck you want to sell me. If it breaks the 200-day moving average on Bitcoin, which again is 58,250, I'm done buying. Doesn't mean I'm a seller, but I'm done buying because there's some very smart people out there that think we're going down to 35K to fill all those gaps. Maybe. And if that's true, I'm not going to throw any more good money after bad. I'll wait it out. But I can tell you this, if you've examined the last 4 bear markets like I have that last approximately 13 months, which means it should end in the next 30 to 60 days, even if you get a 50, 60, or even 70% drawdown from the top, the ramp, especially in the prior 2, is into the thousands of percentage points. And while I do not expect that now, because the big dirty money, BlackRock, etc. is involved, I do see $1.25 to somewhere in and around 250 by the end of next year, beginning of 2028. And if you're leveraged, and I certainly don't recommend that, You could make between 5 and 10 motherfucking times on your money buying it again, as I just said, all the way down to 58 and small change, which is the 200-day moving average. All right, with respect to equities, again, the Q's topped at 638. So we're down about 6% from the low of this morning of 594 and change. You might notice it's 2 steps back, 1 step forward, right? We drop 10, we go up 5. We drop 9, we go up 4. We're 60% or thereabouts of the way going down towards support in and around 580. That's when I'm going to raise the green light inside the Discord and tell our team, when it comes to your retirement accounts, it's time to start buying. Just like I did last year when I called fake news on the trade war all the way down to 400 on the Qs. That was the buy of a lifetime. If you're in our Discord, you know that I believe in indexing at least half to 2/3 of your portfolio. SPY, QQQ, IWM. And we only buy the annual drawdown, which we're in the process now. I want to see at least 10% down. That's roughly 580. All the way back to support. That double top at 540 would be what you would call max pain over the next 30 to 60 days. And again, Ethereum, 17 and change, 18 max pain. We're buying ETHA. I just got some at 1441. I'll buy it all the way down to 1750, 1800 on Ethereum. I'm buying Bitcoin down to the 200-day at 58 and change. The altcoins, people keep asking me, what about XRP, Solana, etc.? They're always going to go down deeper than the rest. MicroStrategy, by the way, last trade 109 and change. I'm a buyer. Not personally, but if you're asking me, should I buy MSTR? Yes. $90 would be the equivalent of 58K. So they report in the next 24 hours, he's going to spin a positive tune as he always does. The truth is they're under heavy pressure. They're going to crucify him, nail him to the fucking cross in the press, and to some extent, rightly so. But if you know anything about the bear market bottoms, maximum fear. Go to Binance's Fear and Greed Index. 8 days in a row. Never happened before. 11 on the Fear and Greed Index. Full-blown panic. You see what they're doing to silver, and I'm not going to pat myself on the back in this video by telling you that bounce yesterday was your get out of Dodge moment again. But fund managers, institutions, and to some extent, those in retail that are over leveraged are being forced to liquidate their winners. Everything. When you have everything on sale, if you have experience like I do over the last 30 plus years, you know you're getting towards a bottom. So at some point in March, early April, it's over. And then the new Fed governor is going to come in, and there's going to be plenty of interviews before that. And if you saw him talk the other day, in so many words, he told you, we're going to be fiscally responsible, but if there's a problem anywhere in the commercial real estate market, the credit markets, swaps, etc., we're going to turn on the fucking gas. We're going to lower rates aggressively, and we're going to print fucking money. So yes, I do believe once you get back down to 55, 60 or thereabouts in silver, it's a buy. You may have to wait several months for it to build a base. But again, as I said before, that's a hell of a lot better than where it was at 20 and change just 6 months to a year ago. And we all know the price suppression that went on in silver for 15 or 20 years around $10. So wait for the break in silver at 71. That'll flush it down to 50s, low 60s. Then you can start nibbling, but you got to be patient. And in closing, what else are we doing when it comes to trading this market? I just want to say before I close out this video, and I greatly appreciate your patience and your support, how proud I am of 197. And welcome to Purple, who just joined us and sent me a DM. I appreciate that. More on that later. These people are battle tested. We've had 400 come and go. Some of them are watching me right now. A bunch of motherfucking clowns. And as a result of a 95% win rate, going 86-2 since last August for 7x returns, we doubled our price. And in the process, anything that had 1 foot out the door, no experience, couldn't even fucking tie their shoes, let alone follow directions, they quit. Or in some cases, I fired him. We are a premium brand. We will raise the fucking price every year unless I drop the ball. Not by a lot, 10, 15%. We're going to create massive demand with limited supply. There's only 300 spots available. We've already filled 200 with badass motherfuckers that can take a punch, and we're going to be hanging out in Vegas. I'd love to have at least some of you join us. All you got to do is click that pinned comment below. You get a Discord if you don't have a small biz, premium if you do. But we're not looking to be all things to all people. I don't put up with any bullshit, and I got a fuse that fucking long, but I'm also one of the best traders in the goddamn world. I know what the hell I'm talking about. Are you up 20x in the last 2.5 years? Are you right 95% of the time? Did you call the top in crypto and the Qs about a month ago with respect to the latter? No, you didn't. I did. Our process, as I mentioned earlier in this video, is very simple. We index 2/3, half at minimum. You need that anchor. We only buy the annual drawdown, which we're in the middle of now, and it's got to be at least 10%. So we hoard cash 11 months out of the year. You'll make twice as much money that way as someone that's hitting it every month in a 401k, and there's nothing wrong with that. But rather than pay nosebleed levels all-time highs, I'd rather wait like we did last year and put it in close to 400 on the Qs. Last trade, $5.99. And with half or a third, preferably, we fuck around and we find out. We average about a month and a half with our holds. We ease into a position. So yeah, you may have heard the news. The haters. Oh, you got to buy a stock 10 or 15, 20 times. That's correct. You think Warren Buffett bought Apple or Google recently once? Dozens of times. In some cases over a period of months and years. For us, it's a couple of weeks, sometimes longer. We put a third of a position down and we add small with the remaining 2/3. That way you get the best average. That way you don't have to use a stop loss and get shaken out of half your trades in a penny stock in particular. I know what the fuck I'm doing. If you want to get rich, you're going to click that pinned comment below. Otherwise, keep it moving. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, always remember that we love you. And I hope to see you join us right now in the pinned comment